Good evening, everyone. My name is Opelua Ayenitaju, and I'm your host on the platform of School Talk. So, welcome to School Talk tonight. And our title, or what we'll be speaking about tonight, is Stepping Up a Level. Stepping Up a Level is really packed with so much insight, so much information, so much nuggets, and not just on that, but call to action. Like, the last time we came together, we spoke um about how we can distress. I hope we're still on that journey together and we're finding some space, some safe space to actually distress. So thank you, everyone. So with your consent, this session is being recorded and we'll make the recordings available. Once it's being processed, we'll tell you where to reach out. Tonight, but before I go about introducing my beautiful, brilliant, intelligent, special guest tonight, which I've been following up with for some time. Now, when she finally gave me the time, I was like, you know, I refuse to let her slip away because she's a woman filled with so much wisdom. And not just that, you see her in action. You see her putting everything to work. So I'm like, why not? Oh, of course, School Talk, we want to actually learn from you, from your wealth of wisdom. But don't worry, don't let me jump over. I'm going to introduce her to you shortly. But before then, we'll be having a couple of announcements. The first one is about School Talk database. We'll try to expand and really get our database. Why? Because over the years, School Talk has been running since 2016, 2017. And we've had alumni of School Talk, those that have actually benefited from what we do. And I know we give back. It's a cycle whereby we give back as well into the system. So it will really be a good idea, even though it feels late, but why? It's better late than never, isn't it? So it's a good idea to actually get our database up and running, collect it there, because why we can actually expand beyond you graduating from whatever institution you are in, there could be some collaboration, even beyond that, network. So over the years, 5 years, 6 years, you know that, oh, in School Talk, I know this person was working on this sort of project, or there's this opportunity in your own space. So all of these things, they come together. And please kindly complete the database, sorry, the School Talk database. What I'm going to do is I'll put the link on our chat shortly. I think it's better for me to do that now. So that's one of the key announcements. Now the next, before I go there, let me put this. Let me put that up on our chart so we can build our School Talk database. Yeah. I might have to put this up over and over once people join in. So that's the first announcement. The second announcement is a project we are embarking on. We're developing an AI academic writing project. So we really want to get beyond the project brief of what it entails. We want to know what your needs are. What are the things, especially as international students, we know our issues are different, sort of. So what would you need this this tool to help you on? Or what are the ways, what are the silly mistakes you've made and you're like, oh, I wish I remembered that, or I wish I knew how to do this? Or what are those areas that are not really your strengths and you would need support or guidance towards that? So we have a project which is we're developing an AI academic writing tool. And right now we're still on the initiation phase, whereby we're still trying to gather the requirements to know what exactly you need. We're building up on it, and we're going to kick this up by July. That's next month, by God's grace. So that's the second announcement. So what I'm going to do is I will drop the link onto our chat. Please put it in there. Probably you're already an alumni, you're not in school. It's not just for students. So for educators, whatever it is you're writing and you're struggling writing either a project brief, or even at work, or maybe you are in the UKHEI, higher education institution, and you have to put in some research grants or whatever it is. Yeah, it is. Would like to hear from you. So I'll put up that. I'll put that as well up within the chat section. So thank you. Please feel free to pass it across as well. Okay, so now the next thing is drum rolls. I'm here to introduce to you. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Please, I need some emojis. I need some emojis right now. I need some emojis right now. I'm going to introduce to us our guest for tonight. One minute, yes. So I welcome on the stage tonight. Apologies, I'm adding people onto the session, the Zoom session at the same time, doing one or two things. So please bear with me. Okay, 1 minute, please. So 1 minute. Sorry?
Manage a care agency and a care home. Person profile. BSc in biochemistry, BA in general management. One kind. 15 years career business strategy and development.
1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, Sir today, please, you can help me with that, please. Sorry, okay, yes. So they were asking me to share the link. Oh, Mercy, thank you. Now I can see the chat section. Doing so many things at the same time. And that's the world we live in. We multitask, isn't it? Yeah. So now I've shared that. The other thing I need to do now. One minute is coming up. Yeah. Yeah. Good. So now tonight we have with us Mrs. Yetunde Olukitibi. Drum rolls, everyone. Yes. First and foremost, special thanks, special appreciation to my speaker for tonight. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you so much for honoring Pastor Sam, Pastor Sarah. Oh, special love to our sponsor, the wings where we fly, Thank you so much, Pastor Sam, Pastor Sarah. School Talk is really, really appreciative of the platform you've given to us on how we can actually help one another in our academic pursuits and beyond academic pursuits, also about well-being and about how we can increase our network, groom ourselves, pour ourselves onto excellence and the likes of it. So tonight, I have with me Mrs. Yetunde Olukitibi. Mrs. Yetunde Olukitibi is a highly accomplished professional with a diverse background in biochemistry, general management, business strategy, and development. She holds a BSc in biochemistry and an MBA in general management. Yetunde brings a unique blend of scientific knowledge and business acumen to her work. With over 15 years of experience in the field of business strategy and development, Yetunde has consistently demonstrated her expertise in driving growth and success for organizations. Her strategic insights and innovative approach have made a significant impact on various industries. In addition to her corporate career, Yetunde is also an associate lecturer at London Metropolitan University, where she shares her knowledge and passion for business with aspiring students. Her dedication to education and mentorship reflects her commitment to nurturing the next generation of business leaders. Beyond her academic and professional pursuits, Yetunde also manages a care agency and care home. Her compassionate nature and commitment to providing quality care demonstrate our well-rounded approach to making a positive difference in the lives of others. With a track record of achievement and a multifaceted background, Yetunde is a dynamic professional who excels in both scientific and business realms. Our expertise combined with our passion for education and care makes her a valuable asset to any organization or academic institution. And with so much honor and the rare privilege of having Mrs. Yetunde Olukitide here with us to give us some discussion on the topic, stepping up a level on School Talk. We really appreciate you honoring our time, our invitation, and then we welcome on stage Yetunde Olukitide. Thank you.
Dr.
So I'm going to start
Thank
sharing
you so
now.
much. All right. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. You've done
You're
a wonderful
welcome.
job, I must say, with School Talk. It's been a
Welcome.
good few years and you've been consistent. I say well done. And the Lord is your strength in Jesus' name.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Good
Thank
evening,
you.
everyone. Thank you for joining this session. I'm so privileged to be here. I thank you for giving this platform to just share some nuggets. I don't know it all, but I've walked a path. And I believe in the few years I've done that, there are some things I'll be able to share that would also support and help people to, start something new, to go on the ride. There's so much that can be achieved. So that's what it's about tonight. So I'm just going to put up my screen and then I'll take it up from there. All right. So once again, thank you for joining. And then we'll try to make it as engaging and interactive as possible. So please walk with me. Okay. Right. So we're going to start with an icebreaker, just something to settle everyone in and to get us interacting and engaging, just minimally. All right.
You want to put it on
So,
slideshow, please?
Of course I will. Thank you. All right. Can you all hear and see my slides? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Right. So we're going to start with the icebreaker. I just tried to do this just to spur people on, to get us thinking, to get us, just contemplating and see if you can actually be on the list sometime in the future. All right. So top 5 richest people in the world. We have Elon Musk. I believe we are familiar with some of these names already. We have Bernard Arnault, we have Jeff Bezos, we have Bill Gates, and Larry Ellison. Now, a quick question for us. What is Jeff Bezos known for? So option A, banking. We have option B, energy sector. And where does it play? Option C, Amazon. So just a quick comment in the chat box. And if you want to unmute yourself to respond, that's absolutely fine. So what is Jeff Bezos known for? Any attempts?
Anti-I.
Right. Okay. What is
Amazon.
it known for?
Amazon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well done. Okay. Larry Ellison. Who knows about him? Who has heard about him? And which of the sectors is he a key player? Is he Google? Is it the internet? And is he Oracle? Any wild guesses? Larry Ellison is one of the top 5 richest in the world. So which of the sectors does he play? Or what is he known for? Any attempts? Anyone? Anything in the chat box? Okay, oh, right. Someone said Google. All right, can we have a second attempt? Larry Ellison. Thank you, Oracle. All right, well done. That's it. Option C, thank you. Now we'll move on to the second bit, top 5 richest people in the United Kingdom. I want to bring it a little closer home, you see, so we can relate with it. So we have Sri and Gopi Hinduja, Jim Ratcliffe, Sir Leonard Blavatnik, he's of Ukrainian heritage, David and Simon Reuben, Sir James Dyson. So which of these names ring a bell? Anyone? Just tell us. And the next question is, what is Jim Ratcliffe known for? So is he in the chemical industry? Is he into sports or the media sector? Which of these is the correct answer? Anyone? Jim Ratcliffe, what is he known for?
He's known in sports because he owns a football club and is intending to buy Manchester United as well. I think he's also involved in Formula One as well too.
Thank you so much. That's a long list. Well done. Thank you. All right. So Jim Ratcliffe, he owns a company called Ineos, and they are into the chemical, plays in the chemical industry. And like the commenter just said, he's also into sports, and there's a bid to buy Manchester United. Thank you for that. And Dyson, Sir James Dyson, what is he known for? Any attempts, anyone? What is Sir James Dyson known for? Is he into fashion, steel, tech? Any comments, anyone? Okay.
I think he's known for Dyson Hoover.
Well done. Thank you. Spot on.
Really, simplified the Hoover. So the Dyson brand is Sir Jim Dyson.
Yeah, thank you very much. So Dyson, we buy our Hoovers, our carpet washers, vacuum cleaners. He's a top player in the tech sector, and his focus is on the household equipment. All right, thank you. So having gone through all those names, the top 5 richest in the world and in United Kingdom, there's something synonymous to all the names. Now, the question I'll leave here is going to be a rhetorical question, so I don't need answers at this moment. I just want us to ponder on it. Are business owners the richest in the world? Okay, so that's a food for thought. We'll ponder on it as we move on. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the next slide. I'm going to give us a bit of an overview on United Kingdom. We live here, we work here, we have our lives here. So just a few nuggets, just a few information rather, on United Kingdom. So United Kingdom is a social market economy. It's the 6th largest national economy in the world. That's by GDP, that's the gross domestic product. It's also a service sector. The service sector in United Kingdom is the dominant sector. 82% of the GDP of United Kingdom comes from the service sector. So they are quite vast in service-oriented business, okay? And Britain is the 2nd largest when it comes to aerospace industry. They have the 2nd largest aerospace industry. And we are the 10th largest worldwide when it comes to pharmaceutical industry. So United Kingdom is the 10th largest in pharmaceutical industry worldwide. And lastly, okay, just a sec, sorry. Lastly, we are known, the United Kingdom is a known financial hub in the world. It's actually the 2nd largest. London is the capital for a lot of financial institutions in the world. So United Kingdom is known for financial services in comparison to the other parts of the world. So this is just a brief overview of United Kingdom, just to tell us a bit more about where we reside, where we work, and where we live. Dr. Kwe has done justice to my bio, so I won't be talking about this anymore. We'll just move on from there. Okay, so stepping up a level, that's what we'll be talking about today. What does it mean to step up a level? Why is this a topic of discussion now? Is it a relevant, is it a timely discussion? Oh, yes, it is. Stepping up a level is a call to come out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is a familiar territory. It's a zone you easily navigate. And because it's quite easy, a lot of people tend to be sucked in to the comfort zone. But the comfort zone is limiting. There's only so much you can do in your comfort zone, within your comfort space. How long do you want to remain there? That's the question. An example of a comfort zone, our homes, our houses. When you're at home, you feel relaxed. You feel the world is shut out there. You feel you can be who you want to be. You can do what you want to do. So your home, for example, is a comfort space. If you are blindfolded, you can easily still navigate the layout of your home because you're very used to it. Okay, so your comfort zone is that space where you can easily navigate, and it's a space where you can actually, largely everything, in control of everything that happens in there. But the call today is to step out of your comfort zone. Because to achieve great things, to attain heights, you need to step out. You need to try to dream again. Okay? So it takes us to the next step. Why should we step out? Why should we step up a level? It's a call to dream again. A lot of us had dreams when we were younger. For example, at 25, I want to have my master's degree. At 30, I want to, have a good job. At 40, I want to run a business. We all have dreams, but life happens, and sometimes our dreams are, put to the side. But this session is trying to tell us that we should dream again. Some of us are still dreaming. Some of us have started living our dreams. Some of us are not anywhere near. So the call today is you should dream again. Yes, you can. Regardless of what you've achieved so far, regardless of where you are, the level you have attained, you can still dream again. There's much more that you can accomplish as a person. There is much more we can accomplish as a people. The next call to step up a level is a call to pursue purpose. There's a reason why we are here. We are called out for a reason. To achieve that, we need to actively pursue it. Actively is the key word. That's why we have actions in the middle. To do any of this, there needs to be a step. And the step has to be in the right direction. And the step has to be progressive. That's why we said stepping up a level. What is stepping up a level? It's a call to unlock your potential, to launch out, to stand out, to aim higher. Wherever you are now, there are people that are beyond that level. Of course, likewise, there are people who are below that level. But we are upward thinking beings, you see. So we need to reach out. We need to reach far. We need to stretch beyond our limits. We need to step out of our comfort zone again. What is stepping up a level? It's a call to take advantage of opportunities. I tell you, there are so many opportunities out there. You need to ask. You need to search. You need to find. And you need to take action. So stepping up a level, summarily, is about dreaming again. Relocation has happened for a lot of us. That's why we are here. For a lot of us, it's a great achievement. I tell you, there's still so much more to conquer. There's still so much more to do. So stepping up a level is a call to step out of your comfort zone. It's a call to find purpose, to pursue it and find it. It's a call to unlock the potentials. They are in there. There are so many strengths we have. There are so many talents we have. We have gained so many skills over time. It's a time to put them to use actively, deliberately. That's what stepping up a level is about. No matter where you think you are, there's a higher place to be. No matter what you think you've achieved, oh, there is so much more you can achieve. No matter how far you think you've come, there is so far to go. That's what this call is about. dream again, visualize, unlock those potentials, search for opportunities, and take advantage of them. It is high time we do so. The world waits for nobody. You need to take the first step. You need to actively seek to step up a level. Okay, so why is Yetunde talking about stepping up a level? Why should I step up a level? That might be a question for someone here. It's important to step up a level, like I said, to fulfill your purpose, to fulfill your potential. Don't let it go to waste. Don't leave it dormant. Activate it. Go all the way. Go all the miles to get there where you want to go. I'll tell you how in a minute. But you should step up because there is so much within you. There's so many abilities you have that you need to put to use to better yourself, to better your economy, to better the society, and to better the world at large. That's why you should step up a level. Why should I step up a level? You might ask again, to gain wealth. Wealth is a defense. Even the Bible says it. Ecclesiastes 7:12. It says wealth is a defense. With wealth, you can accomplish so much. You can give hope to the hopeless. You can help the needy. You can make your life better. You can make the world a better place. That's why you need to step up a level. Why again, you might ask? To harness power. Power is important. To get into certain levels, you need access, you need power to do so. You need to be known for something. You need to represent an idea. You need to represent a solution. The world is looking for solution providers. There are so many problems around us. We just need people to step up, to dream, to dare. We need people to be bold, to go beyond the norm, to do the extraordinary. That is why we need to step up. And to influence our society, we cannot overemphasize this. When you've got power, it gives you access. You go into certain circles. You are a notable part of the society. When decisions are to be taken, you're consulted. Your opinion is sorted. This is why we need to step up. It's time we do away with the norm. It's time we do away with the expected. It's time to actually step up a level and do beyond what we can ever think or imagine. We have the resources around us, but we might need a little nudge to do so. That's why we have the session today. All right, so why should I step up? To fulfill your potential, to gain wealth. Wealth is a defense, to harness power, and to influence your society. Now, the good question, what are the opportunities? I have been going on about there are opportunities out there. What are the opportunities out there? You might ask. There are grants out there. Grants, money set aside for a special purpose. Money set aside by an organization, by the government, to support ideas, to support businesses, to support visions. You just need people who are brave enough to come forward. Oh, this sounds too good to be true, Yetunde. Okay, I'll stop sharing this and share something else, just to show you the opportunities that are out there. Okay, just give me a few seconds, everyone. Thank you. Okay.
So while we wait for our guest, please for School Talk, kindly complete this form to help with our database. And secondly, we are working on a project. We are developing an AI academic writing, which is not strictly for academics, but also for even in the workplace. We can design it to help you um, proofread, grammar, plagiarism, better wordings of the structure. Oh, sorry, my camera is not on. Better wording of the structure and clarity in your tenses, anything that pertains to writing. So you can use it, especially our speaker spoke about grants. So you can actually use that. So please fill in the form, help us to know those key aspects that you're struggling with in terms of writing, and we'll try to incorporate all of this within the AI we're developing. Thank you. All right, over to you, Yesterday.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Ope. Sorry for the delay. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring that up. I'll just talk about it. So grants are out there. Grants are
I'll
out
put it
there.
on the chat.
All right, that's fine. Thank you. So there are so many opportunities out there. There are grants. If you have ideas around waste management, recycling, electric vehicle, there are so many opportunities out there around it. And the government is willing to fund people who have these ideas. Someone might ask, do I have to have a business before I do that? No, some of the grants are open to individuals. All they need to see is your proposal. They want to see your idea. They want to see your plan. They want to see how you want to achieve it. They want to see your team. There are grants out there. I would suggest we go on the internet and search for these things. On the government website, they are all there. There's government support as well. There are free trainings. There are courses out there. There are actually some government organizations that have been set up to guide you through your journey. If you want to go through the entrepreneur route, there are organizations that actually will work with you. Sometimes you have a 12-month plan, sometimes you have a 2-year plan. They'll give you ideas, they'll help you with training, they could help you with recruitment, they could help you with funding, or they could signpost you to people who would fund your idea. These opportunities are there. We have investors as well. There are so many investors around. The truth is, not everyone can actually run a business, and we know that. But we're saying, even if you can't, if you've got the funds, you could give it to people to run and you get your profits back. You get your percentage back, whatever the agreement is. Investors are there. They're just looking for the right idea to support. They're looking for the right person to support. They're looking for the right proposal to support. We have some of the names I mentioned earlier. Was one of the first slides we shared. Some of them are old billionaires. So they really can't do the hard work anymore themselves. So what does the work for them? Their money in form of investments. These are opportunities that are out there. We need to begin to think about them. We need to begin to take advantage of them. We need to begin to pursue them. That's how we can step up. If you can't do it alone, form partnerships. Form partnerships. You're good in accounting, someone else is good in the legal bit, someone else is good in marketing. Form a team. Come together. It doesn't always have to be you and you alone. You might have the idea, someone else has the fund, someone else has the know-how. Come together. That's what organizations are about anyway. That's what it means to be a business person anyway. You can't go the whole mile. Opportunities are out there. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide now. Okay, how do I take advantage of them? What do I do? Do your research. I've just nudged us a little by telling us there are opportunities out there. So take it up from here. Don't let it end here. Go on the internet. We are all on browsers anyway. Do your research. What's your area of interest? What's your area of strength? What opportunities abound in this area? Do your research about them. Draw up a plan, a proposal. Be ready, because when the call comes, you need to be ready, you see. So do your groundwork as early as possible. Network with people. Social capital is very important. You need people. You can't do it alone, like I said. Network with people, mix, interact, engage wherever you find yourself. Okay, and prove yourself. People want you, someone who is honest, someone who is dedicated and committed. So they will test you. So you need to prove yourself. Every day in life is a test. You're being tested directly or indirectly. So get yourself ready, do your research, draw up your plan, network. Put the word out there. This is my area of interest. This is what I intend to do. This is what I enjoy doing. This is my passion. This is my plan. Of course, with the right people, and always prove yourself. Very important. Now, let's go to the nitty-gritties. Someone might say, I'm a student, Yetunde. How can I take advantage of all these things you just said? Most of the schools, most of the students that come in, they are either coming for their masters, a few are undergrad, and a few post PhD. So it's time bound when you're schooling. If it's a 9 months or a 1 year program, it's going to end. Within that 1 year, put your plans together. Do your research. Network with people. And even though you're a student, you can join forces with other people. For example, we have a lot of students coming in now who are mature art students. So some of them come with their spouses. You can actually join forces with your spouse. Because you have your restriction, your 20 hours, they want to see that you're actually schooling. You can put your idea together, put the plan together, and run it through someone else until you have the ability to actually come out and take ownership. So you don't have to wait. There's never a right time. The right time is now. That's why I said in the first slide, it is high time. You step up. You can walk through your spouse. You can form teams, like I said. Create your opportunities. In as much as I said they're out there, but there are some that you need to create yourself. Think outside the box, critical thinking. What is beyond what you can see? What are the other possibilities around this idea? So being a student is not an excuse. You can start now. You can step up a level now. Okay? Now, what are the keys to stepping up a level? I've been going on about stepping up a level. What do I do? What are the opportunities? How do I go about it? What are the keys to stepping up a level? You need to have a mindset shift. There is nothing like I can't. You can. Yes, you can. The Bible says in Proverbs 23:7a, as a man thinketh. So you need to change your thinking. You need to change the way you visualize things. You need to break those limitations that you have set for yourself. You need to do away with those myths, with those negative thoughts that have ruled you over time. You need to have a mindset shift. Yes, I can do it. People around me are doing it. I have seen results. Oh, yes, I can do it. A mindset shift. You need to dare to dream. Everyone has got the ability to dream. So please, if you have stopped dreaming, thinking it's too late, oh, I'm too old, oh, I've come a very long way, I am tired. Who says you can't dream again? Who says those plans you had years ago, you can't start again and make do with them? The keys to stepping up includes having a mindset shift, daring to dream again, One of the other keys, unlocking your untapped potential. We've mentioned that before, so I wouldn't dwell too much on it. You need to unlock untapped potential. They are all in there. Just look inward, reflect. What are my strengths? How can I build upon them? How can I harness them? Unlock untapped potentials. What I do currently, how can I do it better? Or how can I do it differently? Research opportunities, like I said, they are all out there. Harness economic power. What makes the difference between us and the top 5 richest people is that took advantage of economic power. They dared to dream. They stepped out of their comfort zone. They saw it and they pursued it. Ultimately, the key to stepping up is making an impact, leaving a legacy. It's better to be a producer than a consumer, you see. For sustainability, for continuity, to leave a lasting impression, to leave a legacy, you need to step up. It's now not just about you, it's about your family, it's about the society, it's about your generation. What will you be known for? What difference can you make? What impacts can you make? What change can you effect? That's what we mean by stepping up the level. So it's a 360 check. Change your mindset, try to dream again, look inwards and unlock those potentials that are hidden inside. Look outward and research opportunities that are around you. If there is none, create it. What stops you from doing so? Take advantage of opportunities around you, harness economic power, and make a lasting legacy. Okay, where can I start? Oh, Yetunde, you've said so many juicy things already. So where do I start? Can you give me ideas, please? Of course, there are ideas. From where you are, you can start. Oh, I'm just a carer. That's the only job I could find. Okay, good to know. I started as a carer, and now I manage a care agency and I manage a care. There's nowhere too small to start. There is nothing inconsequential to start from. From your care job, look at the value chain there. You've been a carer for 5 years, for example. When you begin to look inward, the abilities you now have, the skills you have now gained, how can I harness them? How can I ride on them? How can I use them to my advantage? You might ask. Look at the value chain around care. They need staff, don't they? All the time, we need staff. They cook in the care homes, food, they consume food. How can you plug into that value chain? They do the laundry, they wash their clothes, they need chemicals, they need equipment. How can I come in? They use gloves, they use PPEs, masks. Someone supplies, you know. How can I plug in? The clinical wastes, the gloves, the disposables, all those clinical things. There's a special company that collects it. How can I plug in? I tell people, wherever you find yourself, look at the next level possible for you. I have a friend who came in to study as usual here, master's, but of course afterwards struggled to get a good job, so she got into care. And I said to her, okay, you are in care. That's fine. That's not what you saw when you're coming to the UK, but that's how life has played it out for you. But how best can you take advantage of that opportunity? I told her, you are educated, go for medication training, apply so you can become a senior carer. She's done it. In the same organization currently, there is now a vacancy for a deputy manager. She's educated, she's got her master's, She rose through the ranks. She was a carer, now a senior carer. Why can't she go for a deputy? These things are not rocket science. Look out for the opportunities in your environment where you currently operate and see how you can plug in to the value chain, how you can rise to the next level, how you can step up. You might ask, oh, I'm a security at the moment. Yetunde, oh, there's really nothing there for me. I'm doomed. Who says? As a man thinketh, so is he. You need to think outside the box. You need to see the bigger picture. You need to see the opportunities that are there for you. The security outfit, for example, there are people who do the job. There are people who get the contracts. I've seen people who were securities and years down the line, they actually own security outfits. They now employ people. They are an employer of labor. They are entrepreneurs. Anywhere you are, look at the value chain. Everything that is needed for that place to function. See where you can plug into it. Don't limit yourself. Where do I get the money from? Yetunde, there are opportunities out there. There are investors waiting for your idea, waiting for you to come forward. There are some businesses you don't even need funds to start. That sounds like stale gist. Somebody might say, that's the truth. When I started a care agency, I didn't need a dime to start. I had the knowledge, I had the experience, and I launched out. I sent out my proposals. I rang up the care homes. I told them the services I offer. Some of the homes, I personally went there to take up a bank job so I could have access to their management system, you see. So when I go in there, I work. Then I know who the manager, who the decision maker is. Then I step forward. I tell them, this is who I am. This is what I do. Perhaps in the future, you might need this service. Please give me a ring. And when they call, we provide the service, they pay us, then we pay the staff. So I did not necessarily have to have funds to start. So we need to begin to, explore these possibilities. Don't get dissuaded or discouraged by, oh, I have limited funds. Who says you need all the money to start? Who says you need all the knowledge to start? Who says you need all the ideas to start? Entrepreneurs are risk takers. They learn as they go along. They don't know it all. Sometimes you have better ideas than them, but they have a vision. They have the dream. Therefore, they lead. Where can I start? You might ask yourself. You're a business analyst. Good. In the next 10 years, 15 years, will you still be relevant? Will your service still be needed? If no, then what can I do for myself to step up? What can I do to harness economic power? What can I do to become relevant? You can have a training institute yourself. Train the upcoming, the starters. Why not? Who says you can't? You've done it for 5 years. You have the skills. You can become a consultant. Who says you can't? You can drive your own ship. Who says you can't? And if there's no pedestal you're standing on at the moment, you can start from the scratch. There's no harm. If you fail, you try again. The risk in business is when you fail and you don't go again. That's when business is risky. That's when you fail completely. So you start from the scratch. Look around you. What are the needs? What are the issues around you? What are the problems? The world is looking for solution providers, I said. Look around you. For example, there's no African shop around your community. You probably have to travel 30 minutes drive before you get to the nearest one. Who says you can't start one? I'll tell you a little trick about African shops. Most times, all you need is the space. Then you reach out to suppliers. Most times, they supply you and you tell them to come back for their payments after a month, 2 weeks, as the case may be. So they give you the goods, you sell, you give them their parts, and you keep your profits. I tell you, the wholesalers are happy to drop off. Because if they hold on to it, it might go bad, you see. So the turnover is what counts for them. So they also need you, the retailer. So who says you can't plug in there? Or you're a wholesaler, you bring in the things from Africa or wherever in the world, from the manufacturers or the producers. Most times they want to offload to you as well. They want you to sell, then pay them back. So you don't always need to have cash or funds to start business. You can start from the scratch. You know how to cook, build on it. Now, in this part of the world, you have restaurants, you say it's an Italian restaurant, oh, it's an Indian restaurant, it's a Japanese restaurant. They have ingrained themselves in the system. Why can't you do too? Yes, you can. You just need to visualize it. You just need to step up and out of your comfort zone. So yes, you can start from the scratch. I'll give you a case study quickly because of time. Ade supermarkets. A lot of us have heard about Ade supermarkets. They were in London initially. They came to Manchester around the COVID time. They're doing very well. If you go to Southeast London, if you're familiar with that territory, oh, they're well known. Ade's. They're into wholesales, retails. They manufacture themselves. They actually bring into the country themselves. How did Ade start? He started as a distributor of dried and smoked fish. Just the way we have some people going around now, oh, I bought fish. Yeah, that's how he started years ago, about 2007-ish. Then he went into supply of catering equipment, items. That was the progression. So he started as supplier of dry fish. He stepped up a level. He went into the catering, supply of catering equipment. Then he stepped up a level. He went into cash and carry arm of the business, which is what we know today. Now Ades brands his own foods. Before he was taking it off suppliers, but now he is the supplier because he brings them all in. You can see the progression, one step at a time, upwards, progressive steps. Now he owns his brands. He's an employer of labor. The turnover last year, I checked their books, over 21 million pounds. I'll say it again, over 21 million pounds from dried and smoked fish. It's hard work, it's commitment, it's dedication, but it starts with a dream, a vision. What do you see? What do you have to fulfill your potential? What steps are you willing to take? Upward, progressive steps, or remain at your comfort zone? Is a sponsor of workers, as we can already imagine. Second case study will be the Asian community. We say it quite, casually, but let's think about it critically. They are a minority group like us. They migrated here like most of us, all of us, I would say. What's the difference? They're strategic in their thinking and in their approach. They see opportunities, they take advantage. They see problems, they prefer solutions. They explore opportunities. All the grants and everything I was telling you about, oh, just go and check. They are there already. They know it. They work and build together. They have this collective mentality. And they control their economy. There are some sectors you see that they are heavily represented. Some sectors you rarely find them there. They're strategic. Where can I make a difference? Where can I stand out? Where can I harness economic power? That's where they go into. And of course, we know the outcome. They are number 10 now. It started from a step. It started from daring to dream. It started from launching out of the comfort zone and taking advantage of opportunities. Now they have access to key sectors. We're talking about prime ministers and talking about some of the MPs. They are well represented. When you talk about decision-making circles, they are well represented. How did it start? From the beginning, stepping up the level, aiming to be the best wherever you find yourself, aiming to take advantage of opportunities, aiming to explore, ultimately doing, taking action. Benefits of entrepreneurship. It enhances self-development. Like I said earlier, you don't know it all when you start usually. You learn along as you go along. You get ideas from your employees and you implement them and it becomes a thing. The benefits, you retire when you want to. You don't want to you don't have to be held down to one spot, one job, one lifestyle. You retire when you want to. You don't have to wait until you're 68 or you keep monitoring the retirement age in the UK. Is it 68 or 70 now? The time you spend doing that, spend that time doing your research, networking, asking questions, and taking steps. What are the benefits of being an entrepreneur? It's a pedestal for corporate social responsibility. You want to give back, you want to make an impact, you want to have a lasting legacy. You want to be known for good, you want to give hope to the hopeless, help the helpless. So it's a pedestal, it gives you that wiggle room. Gives you that wiggle room. It helps you make an impact in lives, create wealth. Oh, the benefits of entrepreneur, I tell you, you have access to government support. Just start. When you start, then they will start looking for you. Oh, we have this. Do you want it? Oh, we can give you this. Do you want it? Oh, we can give you that. They will now come looking for you. But when you're chasing after them, then they make it so difficult. But when you do the hard work at the beginning, step up a little, then they'll start looking for you. They'll start giving you ideas. They'll start supporting you because they don't want you to fail, you see. You're an employer of labor. They need you more than you know. Self-actualization. You feel fulfilled. At the beginning, I said fulfill potential, pursue your purpose. The benefits of entrepreneurship is that you feel you achieve self-actualization. Those dreams you have, you can live them. And of course, you fulfill destiny. Wealth is a defense. On my closing notes, I would say begin to think about becoming a problem solver. They are high in demand. I remember during COVID, some of my clients, they knew what I was doing. They knew the service I offer, but they called me because during COVID, everyone was just scared, confused, they were helpless. And some were calling and asking, oh, Joy, do you do this? Like, I don't do this because I don't, but I'll probably ask around and I'll get back to you. Because Joy, you see, I don't know who to call, you see. I was just thinking maybe you can help me. Oh, sorry, Yetunde. Okay? So, become a problem solver. They are high in demand. Become a producer, not a consumer. Consumers will just live on what they have access to, but producers are in control of the whole lot. You can determine what is consumed. You can determine what is saved for later. That's the difference. So today is just a call. It's a call to step up in your thinking, in your doings. What do you enjoy doing? Reflect again. Look inwards. What do I enjoy doing? What comes naturally to me? What's my area of strength? What skills have I acquired over time? How can I put them to use? Very important. We can become financially independent and retire early. FIRE. Sometimes you see this on the internet, the FIRE generation. Just want to, work when they want to work, play when they want to play. They want to, make a difference in the lives of people. They want to make an impact in the society. They want to effect change. On the closing note, we can become wealthy in this land. We can become wealthy in this land. This is a land flowing with milk and honey. This is a land where there are so many opportunities. They are bound just all around us. We can become wealthy in this land. We can make an impact in this land. We can get to number 10 in this land. Yes, you can. As a people, we can make an impact. We can become a force to reckon with, such that before critical decisions are taken, we are consulted. That's where we want to be. That's the level we want to operate. We can make an impact as a people. It's high time we do. We don't want our lives to be decided for us. We don't want our actions to be decided for us. So when we make ourselves relevant, we are consulted what decisions are taken. We need to begin to think of becoming relevant as people, create our economy. I've said this over and over again. Think of the upcoming generation and the legacy we are leaving behind. I'm going to end with this. Stepping up a level is just a call. It's a call for us to reflect. It's a call for us to begin to dream again. It's a call for us to step out of our comfort zone. It's a call for us to unlock those untapped potentials. They are there. It's a call for us to take action so that we become relevant, so we can make impacts, and we can leave a legacy. Thank you all, everyone, for listening. I've got useful links, just a few of them here. Just go on the links, just browse your internet. You'll find useful resources that could help you. And then I would pass this on to my host. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you so much. I can see some flying emojis. Everyone really appreciating. What an insightful session. Thank you so much, Mrs. Yetunde Olukitibi. That's very interesting. We are grateful. Thank you. Power packed. Really, really a charge. Call to action, honestly. And we have so many questions lined up. I think we'll possibly take a few. And I've got some DMs, direct messages in terms of questions. So we're going to, and the way the question is going to be structured, honestly, in-house, if anyone has anything to chip in terms of answering the questions further, feel free, please, let's jump on it. Thank you so much, all our participants. The chat section is really engaging, really, really appreciative of that. Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yesterday, beautiful session. So without taking so much time, or rather, let me gift you with the gift of time. But first question is from Jide. It says, what are some practical steps we can take to unlock our hidden potential and launch ourselves into new levels of growth and achievement? So what are the sort of practical steps? What can we do? Where do we start from? I think this question is related to the comfort zone, and then unlocking that potential within. So what are the practical steps you can give to us to unlock our hidden potential and launch ourselves into new levels of growth and achievement?
Thank you very much. So one of the first thing I would say is you need to become aware of yourself. So self-awareness is very important. No one knows you as much as you know yourself. You know your strength. You know your abilities. What are your strengths? The things that you do naturally, the things that you do easily. One of them for me is once there's any business idea, once there's any business opportunity, even if I was sleeping or tired, I just see that I'm energized and I'm up. Other things I might be a bit slow, but when it comes, I just noticed over the years and my background, I think it kind of helped me because I grew up in a business-oriented environment. So right from a very young age, I was exposed to this. I was helping my mom plan the pricing for her goods. I was helping her do her books, so those things come naturally. Just look out for those things. Look inward, spend time with yourself, you see. This cannot be discovered overnight. You need to spend time, you need to be actively seeking those hidden potentials inside of you. You need to spend time to think and pray about them. It's quite a few for some people, but the one that tops the list, that's the thing that you need to do easily and naturally. So I'll say self-awareness is the step to take. Know yourself well enough to know what you can easily do, what you enjoy doing. And once you do, you can ride on that. The thing is that it can be transferred to different areas of your life. For example, you're good at maybe you sing naturally. It doesn't have to be a music school or a music group. There are ways you can actually transfer that skill into other areas that will be beneficial to you. So I would say start from knowing yourself well. Sometimes we think we do know ourselves, you see, and that's one of the lies that we live with. We don't fully, wholly know ourselves. So you need to spend time to keep unraveling, keep discovering yourself, but you have to be deliberate about it. That's the key, being deliberate about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's very, very, very top notch, very much useful. In addition to self-awareness, I remember while in uni, what I used to do is, because I usually have full of friends, so what I do, I take assessments. So I tell them, what do you know about me? What's my strengths? What are my weaknesses? I allow people tell me, and then I begin to make sense in terms of mapping it that, oh, this is true. Like, okay, this is really, oh no, this is not true, And then with that, over the years, I was able to identify some strengths that I wasn't even, in quotes, aware of subconsciously. So yes, self-awareness, ask people within your circle, both inner circle and then the extended ones, what their perception of you are. Awesome. Then I got a direct message. I guess so. The person is saying that, how do you break the certificate-driven employee mindset most Africans are used to? Interesting. And it's so interesting for me to read this out. As an academic, reading this question sounds really funny. So, how do you break the certificate-driven employee mindset most Africans are used to?
Okay, so there is nothing wrong with being driven by that, or having certificates, achieving certifications in different areas. Yeah, but I like the question of the driven, that they are solely out for certifications and certificates. You need to understand that what makes the difference is the accomplishment at the end of the day, not necessarily the number of certificates you have acquired. Where we come from, the African setting, I think that was kind of imbibed into us. It was something that we picked up. It was a necessity that was, taught us, and we took it up. And unfortunately, some have not realized where to stop. Okay, so once you have the basics and the other one, I think that's enough, to be honest. Some years ago, I went somewhere to purchase an item, and the seller was confidently saying, "Oh, I've got 4 degrees. I've got this in law. I've got this in this," and I just looked around again. I was like, okay. And so, why are you here? So it's not about the certificate, but what do you do with it? Just one is enough. And for some people, they don't even have half. I'm not going that route, but I'm saying just cut down on it. You need to retrain your mind. And that's what I said earlier. Your mindset shifts is very important. Some things are obtainable in certain settings or environment, and some other things are not as essential as what you used to think. So it's a new environment, it's a new setting. See what's obtainable here, see how they think. We had a program in church on Wednesday, integrating into the system. And that was something that was mentioned as well. Look at this environment. What is obtainable here? Look at the people who stand out. What did they do? What have they achieved? Do they need 4 or 5? Or was one just enough for them? So it's just a bit of you training yourself and rebirthing yourself. It's a lot of work, to be honest, because you can't teach an old horse new tricks. It's quite difficult. But when you're deliberate about it, and this is a call that you alone can make. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. That's quite interesting answer. In as much we are pro lifelong learning, you don't get to a point whereby you stop learning. So it depends on what's driving you towards those certifications. Is it in terms of you want to learn, you want to expand your capability and capacity, in order to make impact, you know. So what? So what of all the degrees? What are you going to use it for? How do you start something, call to action? How do you improve a process, either within the community or the charity organization or even our church, RCCG, my father's house? You know, all of the certifications and the knowledge. Why are you going to start on that? And beyond even those certifications, there are some experiences we go through in life, and rather than overcoming it or finding a solution just for yourself, what does it push you to? What action, what steps does it actually push you onto? So, very interesting answer. Thank you for the question. The person that sent it to me, I guess, is meant to be anonymous. So I have a question on the chat from Jessica. Jessica says, please, what are the requirements and how much money is needed to start a business in the UK? And then there's a question beneath that that says, do you need to have your papers first? So, as I mentioned earlier on, I think we have a lawyer in-house. Please jump on the call to unmute your mic and answer some aspects. Anyone as well, please, you can actually expatiate on our answers and give us comments that are helpful to everyone in here. So, yes, what do you think?
So, what I was talking about, you don't necessarily have to have money to start some kind of business. And I an example of myself. When I started the care agency, I didn't even have the money because I was working myself. So when I get paid, I pay my staff, or when I supply the staff, the company pays me and I pay my staff. You know, the first thing is you taking the step, spreading the word out, you know, letting people know what you stand for, how you intend to solve their problems, what solutions you bring to the table. That's the first thing first. And I'll tell you, sometimes if just the idea alone, an investor will pick interest and they'll be willing to fund you. But you need to take the first step by stepping up and out of your comfort zone. So it depends on the sector you want to go into. Like we said earlier, also there are grants available. So if you go do your research, you find the niche you want to go into, there might be grants available in that area. You don't even need to have any capital investment at the initial stage. There might be support plans or packages in place by the government or some organizations that are willing to see you through the starting phase, the onboarding stage, and the growing phase. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to have all the funds. For example, if you want to cook, you want to build on your cooking skills and make it a business. People order for food. You put the word out there that they order for food, they pay you, and you cook the food. So you don't necessarily have to have your fund in the pot before you start something. But of course, some other industries might be a bit tricky. But a lot of times, I tell you, you just need to be brave and step out. And the second question you said, with reference to your status in the UK, the only clause I would say is if you are a student, they expect you to be schooling and give your full concentration at that level. So you're not expected to say, oh, I'm a student and I'm a business owner. What time do you have to do the business? They would ask you, and that disqualifies you. So, but you don't have to be a permanent resident yet. You don't have to have your citizenship yet before you start a business. No, you don't have to. You just need to have a legal right to stay in this country. You can't be a visitor and want to start a business here. Oh no, nobody's going to give you the opportunity to. Okay, so you need to have a leave to remain in this country, not indefinite this time, just the basic leave to be in this country, and you can start a business, but not as a student, I would say. But for a student who has the idea, I said, put your idea together, do your research, do your proposal. You can have somebody else be your frontline man until you finish your 9 months or 1 year journey, and you can now take over. So there are ways around these things, you see. You just need to be dynamic in your thinking and in your planning.
Awesome. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Jessica, I hope that answers your question adequately. If you need further insights, please reach out to me. I'll introduce you to yesterday and some other key persons. And so if you need legal advice on that as well, we would help you further. I also got another DM that says, do you think that this certificate game is not helping people to think or to be an entrepreneur rather than making them employees. So I think it really is like certifications is sort of holding down your entrepreneurial creativity or mindset. Instead, you are acquiring certification so that you can become an entrepreneur. So he is wondering that, do you think this certification game is not helping people think creatively, to dream big, to think about what they can do, based on the topic for today, or to become an entrepreneur, rather, is actually molding them onto getting that job and then climbing the ladder, running those races and all of that.
Okay, I think it's quite similar to the previous question around certification as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Personally, I believe in you having the basics. But like Dr. Pe said earlier, it depends on why you're acquiring it. Is it necessary to get to the next level? Is it necessary to have some level of experience and all that? So it really depends on why. And I think that's the question that you have to answer. Ask yourself and answer honestly to yourself. For example, I have my BSc and I have my master's. And for me, when I came to this country, I was like, I'm done schooling yet today. I need to now use what I have acquired. You see, you've got a certification and you've worked, you have years of experience. Okay. So within those years, something should be poured in you to start doing. And that's how I see it personally. But of course, it's not the same for everybody. So it's just what's driving you towards acquiring those certificates.
Yeah.
If it's towards an end, of course, by all means. But we need to, at some point, be truthful to ourselves. How much have I maximized this certificate in my hand? How much have I maximized these opportunities that have been given? How much have I, utilized these experiences that I have acquired over the years? So, and that judgment call is yours.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mrs. Olukitibi. One more question. It says, how does changing our mindset and re-educating ourselves help overcome the limitations imposed by fear and allow us to stand out in a foreign environment? Should I take it again? How does changing our mindset and re-educating ourselves help overcome the limitation imposed by fear and allow us to stand out in a foreign land or a foreign environment?
Okay. I think fear is kind of natural phenomenon, but it's just how far you allow it, affect you. I have my fears. When I started my business, when I was discussing with my husband, he had to encourage me at some point. You can do it. You see, oh, you did this when we were in Nigeria. Oh, you did that. Oh, you did this. Even now in the UK, you can't. So it's fear it affects everyone, but it cripples most people. So you knowing that these fears are real, they are there. You can see them, but not allowing them. And the question is, how would you not allow them? You need to learn. You need to learn. Do your study, do your research. Okay. When you have more information, when you acquire knowledge, you see that these fears are only superficial. They're actually there, they appear real to you. But when you know so much more, then you realize that, oh, I could just flip it away and it goes away. Okay, so one of the ways to overcome fear is to equip yourself, to have the right knowledge, to have the right skill. It does away with 50% of your fears. And the remaining fears, you'll be there, but you just need to encourage yourself in the Lord. You can do all things. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I can do all things. But like I said earlier, as you think in your heart, so it is. As you confess, so it becomes real to you. So there's certain things that before we achieved, I saw it already. I visualized it already. So even when I was walking towards it, other things might come along the line, those stumbling blocks, those little boundaries. But because I've seen the end from the beginning, I am encouraged. I need to get to this end. I can see the light. I'm so close to it. I refuse to be limited by the fears. Because they're temporary, you see. They just come there to distract you, like the devil, of course. They put something there, but it's fictitious. And when you get to your destination and you look back, they're not even there, you see. They were just there to blur the vision or to blind you. So one of the ways to overcome fear, I would say, is number one, equip yourself. And how? Speak to the right people, acquire the right knowledge, do your right research, get the right information. Some things are not as difficult as they seem, to be honest. But if you don't know, you'll be crippled by the thought of it.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's very deep and very interesting. Fear is what? False evidence appearing real. We just have to remember that, you know what, count on the previous times you've overcome this challenge, that challenge, what you're able to do through Christ Jesus that strengthens you, your achievements, your success stories, and the likes. Draw out that courage, that confidence within yourself. Draw it from your friends, draw it from your family, however, and just take a step at a time, a step at a time. By God's grace, we'll get there. There's an interesting comment. Sorry, I just need to assign some people. So there's an interesting comment from Dr. Sheyi Oshino. She says that I feel the problem with our culture and being an entrepreneur is, for example, when Ades, the case study you gave us, when Ades started off selling fish, that she can be fairly certain that he was looked down on as a poor man and not making the right decision. That this one, let's say just come and sell fish in UK, and that's the I can actually I can connect to what you're saying, yeah. Dr. Shea. He says that our culture is more certificate centered. It's just about is it white collar or blue collar, whichever color, So that's in addition to the question that the person asked. That's a good comment. Thank you. So I have a question from Victoria. Victory, sorry. Victory says, would you advise individuals to first gain employee experience before venturing into entrepreneurship?
Okay. I said I would answer by saying it depends on what your background has been. For example, some people grew up in a business environment, so in fact they don't want to go to school. They just want to hit the ground running. They already have the know-how. They already have the access. They already have, they have the support, financial and otherwise. So they're not interested in all those things. But for you, if you're still testing the waters and you're not sure, I would say get a job. Go in, understand what it means to work in a structured environment. Understand what it means to be answerable to someone. Understand what it means to lead, to take initiative, to take responsibility for your actions. Learn how to be accountable. Learn how to show up. Because all these skills also they are required when you're an entrepreneur. Because sometimes you're leading yourself. You see, sometimes you're just tired. There's no one prompting you. So if you're not disciplined, you will not go far. So some of these skills, the knowledge you need, you can acquire in a structured organization. So it really depends on it's obtainable for you. So like I said, if you've got a background in business, you probably were exposed to it at an early stage where you're quite confident and you have the right support in place, you might not have to work for anybody, to be honest. But if you just have the vision, you have that nudge within you, but you still need the training, you see, and you still need to be disciplined to be answerable to someone. So go to an established organization, learn the tricks of the business, learn how to be accountable, how to be committed, how to show up to work. It takes a lot. Learn how to be led and how to lead. Then when you think, when the time is right, you just have this unrest within you. You have this unrest within you that it's time to launch out. And of course, by the side, you can actually start something even within that organization. I was working, like I said, when I started, I had the agency by the side and I was also working. I had a full-time job. So I went on nights and do this by day. So just something, it was quite difficult and, time busy at the beginning. But as time goes on, when you begin to put structure and things in place, you're going to ease up a little. And like just to refer to Dr. Sheyi's comment, yes, sadly, the way we are brought up or the way, we perceive things, we tend to look down on people. Remember when I was in care, so a lot of people like, you shouldn't be in care. Care is not for you. And I was like, who says? Where is it written? I've come into care. I know what I used to do before care. I've come into care now, and I find I have this peace. I feel there's much more here for me. Of course, I'm not going to be at this level, but I'm looking at the value chain. Where can I plug in? And that's one of the things at the beginning, you see. So it doesn't matter what people say. People will always come around. People always come around. You just need to actually just try. Fail, try again. And when they see there's something happening, then people will come around. So let's not be limited by what people will think or what people say. It doesn't really matter. It's about you. What gives you joy? Are you fulfilling your purpose?
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. And just to add one comment is develop your work ethics. That's one other thing. And yes, oh God, questions are coming in. Apologies, I know we're really 5 minutes behind our closing time, but I'll just take the last two questions quickly. And then, so Shell Peter says, please, in a world where the introduction of artificial intelligence is redefining the way things will be in the world, in fact, it is estimated that in the next 10 years, 80% of the jobs we do today will be handled cheaper and better than humans could ever do it. So what do you think the future of seeking basic certifications will be to career development in the near future? Well, I think before you answer that, why you ruminate on it, I remember before we got into 2000, they said, hey, internet is coming, blah, 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 we're not going to have jobs. But the truth is, we have to redefine the way we see things and the way we accept technology or the technology adoption into our business processes, into our way of life. Now, here we are having a remote meeting. Further, we are educating ourselves, we are sharing information, sharing knowledge, we are building knowledge and the likes. So really, even though this AI can do in terms of effectiveness and efficiency, but the truth is that that novelty of that creativity, something different, it will forever be a vacuum. That is where we come in. Now, the action on us as adopters of this technology is, how can I make use of this technology? What can I do? It is here. Just imagine in 1993, you were like, oh, internet, oh, I don't know how to use it. I'm not going to learn it. I'm going to stick to what I know. You should have just learned it. And then with that, you're able to expand on what you know and see how you can co-create knowledge. You can co-create some inventions and then build on it. So I think the introduction of AI into this world we live in will open up even more opportunities, more jobs. And then you're like, wow, I can see the gap. I can see this gap here. So it's really for us to prepare ourselves. So yeah, over to you to add on, please.
I think you've answered the question already. So AI is coming, yes, it's 10 years time. Yeah, between now and then, we can still be living our lives and doing what we do at the moment, I would say. But generally speaking, certifications are good, okay? You need at least some basic ones, okay? It's something to build up, and it's applicable in different ways. One of in my bio, it says associate lecturer. And how did I come about that? I had my basic and I had my MBA, and there was an opening, there was a need for someone who's got the MBA, and I just fit in. I wasn't looking, but I was called upon because I had some requisites, requirements. So just be prepared. Get yourself all you need to do whilst you're waiting for that glorious AI to happen. And like Dr. Press said, opportunities will come. It will come with its own problems too, that you have to fit in at some point. So yes, that's just the point.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So, Shell Pizzas, just to add on, the whole essence of acquiring certifications is not just to fill in your portfolio that, oh, I have 28, I have 500. It's really about lifelong learning towards making an impact, towards contribution, So you're not just a consumer, but a contributor to the society and even to the world at large. So lastly, I'm sorry, apologies everyone. I won't be able to accept more questions. Lastly, I have a direct question that says, I understand you lecture. Can you lecture health and maybe social care with a health degree, without health and social care degree, or with just care experience? So do you understand? Let me take it again. I understand you lecture. Can you lecture health and social care with a health degree or without health and social care degree? Or can you just lecture with care experience?
Well, I think it's different routes for different people, you see. So I wouldn't be able to give a blanket one answer. So I'm able to give one answer to this question, but it really depends on what the establishment is looking for part-time, how desperate they are, how relevant you come across to be. So it's a combination of different things, I would say. So yes, if you have the experience, you can take some certification courses, that'll probably help you. And if you probably got the BSc or the basic degree to go with, they can have a combination, mix and match different things that you bring to the table, and you can start from somewhere. And of course, whilst you get in, you can always just build up to become relevant in that field. Yeah, so the experience counts, but of course you need some certification, because if you're going into the education sector, they need to see it's beyond what you can do. You need to show them on paper what you actually have achieved. And so it's important you have some levels of certification and degree to support your learning.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Please give us some emojis, some appreciation going in the head. Thank you so much, Yesuruki Kitbi. It's been a pleasure having you. We're so grateful. Very interesting session, very power-packed. The questions here, and we're really, really grateful. We can see so many appreciation, very useful session. Yeah, Tokubo Fasi, very useful session. Bessie says, well done, Ma. You know, Isaac, I think that's your husband. He's sending some love emoji. Like, oh, you've made me proud. You've made my family proud. Well done. Thank you so much to all our participants. We really appreciate the gift of your time. And just before you all log out, as we mentioned again, with School Talk, please join our database. We send in opportunities. We have a WhatsApp group. And however, for our database, we send in some opportunities, some scholarships, some openings, some outstanding areas that the government are funding. We send it to your emails as well, so that you can jump on the old moving vehicle, you know. And then secondly, we're working on an AI writing project, a writing project, which is a tool to help us, whatever. So you don't necessarily have to be a student to use this tool. We all write. We have to improve on our skills, especially as international bodies or immigrants. So please complete the form. Tell us how you've used previous tools. Grammarly is a tool. How has it helped you? And please stay tuned. We'll come about, we always have sessions every month to help with your academic excellence, with your mental health and well-being, with your self-development and the likes. It's a robust platform, and we're so grateful. And a special thank you to Pastor Sam, Pastor Sarah, for giving us the opportunity to grow, to develop, to launch out, for giving us the full backing. We thank you so much. And especially as we say, please see you in church tomorrow, RCCG, my father's house at Salford. Check us out on Google Maps for the direction. Call us up, send us a DM. If you need transportation support, we're here to help you. Thank you so much, Yetunde Olukitibi. So much a pleasure. We hope to have you again. This has been beautiful. And as I mentioned earlier on, I've been following up on you for months. So thank you. Are you promising us you'll come again?
Thank you for having me, Dr. Kwe, and we'll talk about that later.
She doesn't want to say. Can you imagine what I went through? Thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful night rest. Good night. See you at church tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Awesome. Beautiful session. Thank you very much.